Hello, I'm here with Matt Douglas from CRCS. Welcome to Lorna Learns, Matt. Thank you for joining us today and letting the membership know about CRCS. When did you start your business and what do the letters stand for?
Yeah, great questions. My mom and dad started the business in 1979 as a general contracting construction company. So it was basically my dad on the tools and my mom helping run the books and the administrative side of it. And so that was the late 70s. And then in the early 80s, my dad came across rebuilding a kitchen after a fire and thought, hey, this is a great niche for me. And you know, that kind of got him into the restoration lane of construction. And he's, you know, we haven't looked back ever since, pretty much. And so that, you know, that makes us like 42 or 43 years old. So, and then my two brothers are now in the business, and both my mom and dad are pretty much fully retired, but you know, still kind of active when we need them around. So we're definitely in a succession transition period with them. So it's you know, a second generation business now, and you know, so far so good. And then with the letters, it's a bit of a mystery, and we kind of make it that way just kind of for fun. But it started off as commercial residential construction services, and then since then it's evolved to complete restoration and cleaning services. But we never ever really refer to the letters what they actually mean, just because we're just so well known as CRCS that that brand is strong, and that's what we just always refer to it as. And then this three other letters in our name, DKI, stand for Disaster Cleanup International, and cleanup is a branded spelling with a K and L, two E's, and then up. And that's a national affiliation that we're a part of in Canada that represents about 80 locations across Canada. So it's the kind of easy way to remember it is CRCS is our Main Street name, and then DKI is more of our national name. You know, when it comes to being at the table with you know, large insurance companies that are national, or corporate clients, or those sort of things, they have more national wants and needs, and then and that brings us to the table with DKI. And then, you know, being involved with our local communities and brokers and our local restoration industry, that's what CRCS kind of represents. So it's kind of one big brand, but lets you keep your local name as well as being a part of a national affiliation.
Yes, and keeping your local name is great. Having a more than 40-year legacy is incredible in this day and age. So congratulations to you and the family.
Awesome, yeah.
Amazing. Thanks. Could you give me an example of some of the work that you do?
Yeah, so I say this all the time, but it's kind of, it makes a lot of sense. We're great people to know, but you never want to see. And I mean that because usually what has happened, something's gone wrong in your house or in your business, from the sense of like a fire or a flood or a break and enter, or some sort of damage to your property from a storm or anything like that. So we're the people that come in and stabilize the building from whatever the loss may be, and then also do the repairs. So from start to finish, from the moment the water has stopped to putting the drywall and the paint back on the walls. So it's a full serve restoration company, and you know, we have 7 project managers, and we service Durham region and surrounding area, and work for a lot of big insurance companies, as well as big corporate enterprises and municipalities and things like that.
Well, I definitely see you everywhere. You see your trucks and vans absolutely everywhere. You're a brand on the street for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I also see you doing a lot of community work, and you support a lot of local initiatives all across Durham region. You're a very big part, CRCS is a very big part of the business community. Why do you think that's important within your organization and your culture?
Yeah, it's just something we've always had. My mom and dad have always been huge advocates in the community, and give back in the community that we serve. You know, we see people at sometimes they're the lowest of their lows, you know, from their business being interrupted, from some sort of damage, through to their kitchen being destroyed right before Christmas. So you just have a sense of compassion and empathy for different situations, and I think that just sort of radiates through how we approach business in our community. And so, we have a few different causes that are, closer to our hearts, like Epilepsy Durham. My dad has a strong connection with epilepsy and has been on their board for years. And then my older brother is involved with an organization called Threads of Life, which has an event called Steps for Life, which is for victims of workplace injuries and fatalities. And so that's kind of right in his lane with health and safety and things like that, and giving back to the people that have been involved in workplace injuries and fatalities. And then with Lake Ridge Health, it's just important for us to be contributing to the care and the well-being available in our area. And so Kyle and I did the laps for Lake Ridge last winter, and where we rode our bikes for 8 hours to raise some money, which was kind of self-serving for us to get out on our bikes all day on a Saturday, but also raise some money for the community while doing it. And so that one, it's just something that we've always enjoyed being a part of. It's really rewarding. We're entrenched in this community forever and plan to be forever. And it's just, I think, part of any business that's a service provider. It's somewhat of your corporate social responsibility to give back as much as you can within reason, and find things you like to do and that maybe inspire and are positive for people.
Well, you've certainly done that. CRCS is very well known for giving back to the community, and you are greatly appreciated by your peers and other organizations and companies within the chamber and the other chambers that you belong to, because I know you belong to more than one. So well done,
for sure.
Yeah.
And it's great to rally some of our sub trades and suppliers and some of our industry too, and become like a bit of a an organizational group that can be a part of things. So that's also what we try to do too.
Yeah, you guys are phenomenal. And that's all the business questions I have for you, but I do have a little personal question, so maybe the membership can get to know a little bit more about Matt Douglas.
Sure.
Things are opening up, things are looking good. I know your children are tiny, they're only 4 and 2. When you and your little family are ready to travel again, what's your favorite destination? Where do you think you're going to take them on their first trip?
Well, the girls, they're both my daughters are Disney maniacs, so that's definitely on the list. To get down to Florida. We tried to do that in March 2020. I don't know, there was some big thing that happened then, called a pandemic or something. I don't know, so we canceled that one. Yeah. But so definitely Disney, down to Disney for sure with the girls. And then my wife and I like the outdoors, so we love going out to like Western Canada or out to the mountains and things like that. So as our girls get a little older, that'll probably be next, just so they can enjoy anything from like snowboarding to mountain biking and kind of that fun stuff that gets you outside and enjoying the fresh air. And so those would be the two right now for sure.
That's fun. That sounds great. What's your favorite princess?
Well, I guess it's a tie between Elsa and Anna on Frozen. So they're both. My oldest daughter's blonde and my younger daughter has dark hair. So it's really weird because Elsa has blonde hair and then Anna has red hair. So like there's a lot of parallels there.
So you have to like them both equally.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to take a second to thank you so much for being on Lorna Learns, and I did learn a lot, and I'm hoping our membership learned a lot from you as well, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you very soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lorna.